We grew up in an era where germs were labeled as bad and harmful to our health. Historically, they make us sick and were responsible for the Black Plague that killed a third of Europe's population in the Middle Ages. But thanks to Alexander Fleming for discovering the first antibiotic, we no longer have to worry about pandemics of the bubonic plague. Fleming's discovery of penicillin is still recognized as the greatest revolution in medicine history. But what if not all microbes are bad, and actually are beneficial to our overall health and well-being? These helpful germs are found everywhere in our bodies, and if we give them the chance, they can make our lives a lot easier and healthier. So how can we get these microbes to work with us, and not against us? First, let's start off by answering the question, what is the gut microbiome? Like many other mammals, humans coexist with a variety of microorganisms on the exterior and interior surfaces of our skin, respiratory tract, reproductive tract, and our gastrointestinal tract. For the purpose of this video, we are going to focus on the microorganisms or microbes that reside in our gastrointestinal tract. These microorganisms include bacteria, viruses, and fungi. Like humans, microbes contain a collection of genes. The combination of all the genes from these microorganisms form our gut microbiomes. In fact, microbes comprise of 90% of all of our cells in our bodies, while the remaining 10% are human cells. We are considered more microbe than human. How is it formed? Each of our biomes are highly individualized, meaning we each contain different species of microbes in varying amounts. We are all unique. Our gut microbiomes are first formed at birth. Some colonization takes place before we are even born, but the majority of colonization occurs when we are first exposed to our external environments. This was either through the birth canal of our mothers or somewhere in the hospital if we were delivered by cesarean section. Our biome composition is also determined by how we were fed as infants, either formula-fed or breastfed, and changes rapidly during the first few years of life. As we become older, our biome is mostly influenced by the foods we eat on a daily basis and changes at a more steady rate. Why should we care about it? The microbiome may be considered as our metabolic organ and performs many functions we can't do on our own. Our microbes help us to digest food, absorb nutrients, and regulate our body's inflammatory and immune responses. However, it can only perform these tasks when the biome is healthy and in agreement with our bodies. What is meant by a healthy gut? Since our guts vary from individual to individual, how can we tell if our microbiomes are healthy or unhealthy? Researchers measure biome health by the quantity, quality, and diversity of microbes that reside in our guts. That means biomes with more bacteria and a large variety of helpful microbes are considered healthy. We can also measure health by the integrity of our gut lining. Our stomachs are composed of multiple muscle layers that act as gatekeepers. Our guts help to contain unwanted contents like acid and undigested food particles from the rest of our organs, but allow absorbed nutrients to pass through our bloodstream. With an intact stomach lining and a healthy microbiome, our guts perform better and have a greater ability to resist illness and infections. But what happens if we have an unhealthy gut? An unhealthy gut is referred to as a microbiome imbalance. Microbiome imbalance occurs when our guts contain more bad bacteria than good bacteria. When our guts become unhealthy, they either have more harmful bacteria, have low microbe diversity, or our stomach lining loses its integrity and becomes leaky. This imbalance of the gut microbiome is what makes us sick, and the problems are not just isolated to our stomachs. Microbiome imbalance not only affects the health of our stomachs, but involves many other organ systems. Several research studies have shown a link exists between gut imbalances and significant weight gain, diabetes, multiple sclerosis, ulcerative colitis, and common bladder infections. You may be asking how tiny microbes contained in our gut lining causes all these problems. As we all know, the development of obesity involves genetic and lifestyle factors that increase energy intake while decreasing energy expenditure. However, new studies reveal that genetic susceptibility is only a small contributor to the obesity epidemic. In fact, research shows that obesity and diabetes are associated with unhealthy gut microbiomes. Researchers contribute this link to changes in the metabolic processes of the microbiome. As we consume foods rich in fat and high in sugar, aka the Western diet, Our microbiomes use and store more energy from our diets. This increase in energy use and storage leads to an increase in total body fat and development of diabetes. Let's take a closer look at how the Western diet influences gut imbalances. Food components have either anti-inflammatory or pro-inflammatory characteristics on our bodies and gut microbiomes. It has been shown that a Western diet containing high animal fat, refined sugars, and processed foods causes stomach inflammation and a decrease in beneficial gut bacteria, aka microbiome imbalance. Over time, an inflamed stomach begins to break down our gut lining or barrier, leading to a leaky stomach. A leaky gut can spill its harmful contents into our bloodstream and into the rest of our bodies. These contents may include acids, partially digested food molecules, and of course, gut bacteria. Our bloodstream's protective response to these gut contents is to signal the body's inflammatory processes. Eventually, our body's defenses wear off and begin to activate our immune system for assistance. As you can see, an overactive immune system can lead to another series of issues, like autoimmune diseases such as multiple sclerosis, or neurodegenerative conditions such as Alzheimer's. What can we do to make our guts healthy? Eat a diet rich in vegetables, fiber, and complex carbohydrates. Eat less refined sugar and processed meat. Choose real food over packaged items. Read nutrition labels. Look for hidden sugars in products. Common sugars include fructose, corn syrup, evaporated cane syrup, sucrose, glucose, and dextrose. Anything containing the suffix "-ose" is refined sugar. Watch out for hydrogenated or highly processed oils such as soybean, cottonseed, corn, safflower, sunflower, canola, and peanut oils. Instead, opt for food products containing healthy fats such as olive, coconut, avocado, and palm oils. As a rule of thumb, if you can't pronounce 5 ingredients on a nutrition label, don't buy the product. Most of the time, these are ingredients that are foreign to our bodies and can cause unhappy guts. Bottom line, eat real foods and whole foods. Your gut will thank you later.